Unless you count DMC Devil May Cry, in which I'm not, there has not been a Devil May Cry game since 2008. 11 years. It's about time we get a new one. So, here's my Devil May Cry review. Is it good? Is it bad? Let's find out. But before we do that, you know the usual. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're new, and as well as hitting that notification bell, and leave a comment.
Nice. Getting the band back together, huh?
The core gameplay is smooth. It took a bit to get used to at first, but once you do, it is a lot of fun. You can slash your way through enemies. You can shoot them, or you can use an extra attack based on whatever character you're using. Yeah, you use more than one character that I'll get into a bit later. It's very smooth, like I said. It's a lot of fun, and it's just a joy beating up your enemies. And they give you some sort of challenge. It gets a little bit challenging, as in they throw a lot of them at you, but first of all, they don't throw too many enemies at you, and the enemies aren't that hard. It's just the amount of them, which I actually like in this game because it's not that bad of a challenge. It's not that crazy, though. It makes it just right. Makes it a good challenge, is what I'm saying. It's just a lot of fun.
So get rid of those demons quick, cause killing them ain't my stick. I got your back. Cause dying is whack.
Nero returns from Devil May Cry 4, and maybe the most advertised character out of all of them, especially since you start with him and he is sort of, in a way, the main character, as, yeah. However, though you do play as him, you also play as newcomer V, and not till later, but you get to play as Dante as well. Personally, I prefer Nero, but the rest are fun too. In fact, both Nero and Dante are a bit similar, so I guess I can say I prefer both Nero and Dante, but V is very different, but cool as well to use. V is a lot of fun. Yeah. Each of these characters are a lot of fun and is a plus for me. Before I say anything about the story itself, I'd like to point out something really cool, and that even if you're a newcomer to the series, you can enjoy this game as there is a video in the game on the main menu that catches you up with the story up to this point. Therefore, the story isn't too complicated. After Nero and Dante parted ways, they've continued hunting demons, just not together. I don't really want to get into detail that much about the story, since it's something you have to see for yourself. As for how long the story is, or how it's done, pretty much they're in 20 missions, and each of them should take you about 30 to 40 minutes, maybe shorter if you know exactly what you're doing and you're a pro. And the game is about 10 hours long, I'd say. I usually don't do a segment like this in my reviews, but there is one minor complaint I have with this game, and I'm not sure where else I would have put it, so I put it here. That problem I have is the camera angles. Your character will usually be very close to the camera, and either that or there'll be an object in the way a lot of the times. That'll just make things harder. And in a game where you would just have to see where you are or what's happening, that gets really frustrating, as you should probably expect it to. If there's anything else I can say right now, the soundtrack is awesome, and yeah, it's great.
Bingo.
In conclusion, Devil May Cry 5 is a great return to the franchise that had been dormant for 11 years. It is a lot of fun and is even good for newcomers. I didn't find it too difficult. I found it to have a fair challenge, and it is just a blast to play. Honestly, probably the best game of the year so far, although we're barely into 2018. Can't be certain, but I can already imagine this taking at least a spot on my best games of the year list. And for that, I give Devil May Cry 5 a 9.5 out of 10. It's almost there. The controls do feel a bit weird at first, and how it constantly has to explain to you the controls. I never brought this up earlier, but like it tells you a lot of things, and some of the things you try, it's not really easy to figure it out right away. But like, and then the camera angle. The camera angles is my like biggest gripe with this game. Other than that, it's an otherwise perfect game, I'd say. You should pick this up, especially if you're a Devil May Cry fan. And if you're not, you're interested in this game, you probably should still pick this up. I suggest you get a little bit of insight on the Devil May Cry, you know, series. It's not like Kingdom Hearts where you just need to have played the other games and know the lore in order to, you know, enjoy this one as enjoy Kingdom Hearts 3 as much. This one you can actually enjoy this without having to play the other games. So yeah, that's my review of Devil May Cry 5. Be sure to like this video, comment, subscribe. What do you think about Devil May Cry 5? Was it a good game? Is it a bad game? Let me know in the comments below. Do you have it? Do you want to have it? Whatever it is, tell me in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.